everyone, it's Froggy and I'm back again with another episode of Hakuoki Kyoto Winds. So, Hijikata's awake. Let's keep this going. Hijikata's brows furrowed, and he looked towards Yamazaki. After a moment, Yamazaki began to fall, as he'd exerted all of his energy in the fight. I ran to catch his body. Yamazaki, are you okay?
すまない。
このバカ野郎がなんで落ち水を飲んだ。
さっきも言った通りです。新選組はあなたを失うわけにはいかない。副長にはこれからも日の当たる場所で俺たちを導いてもらわなければ。
だからっててめえが。
Hijikata, please understand where Yamazaki's coming from. I hugged Yamazaki's body tightly. I used my arms to gauge if there was still warmth in his body, even after becoming a fury. Yamazaki told us. He told us he wanted the power to resist fate. Even if he had to succumb to the darkness, he wished to protect the Shinsengumi. After hearing how important it was to him, I couldn't stop him from drinking the water of life. Yamazaki chose this. He chose the path that he is now going down. Hijikata began to choke up. He looked like he wanted to speak, but he didn't.
おい見ろ、あそこにいるのは土方さんに山崎。おい、生きてるか。
Nekekura and Harada. A wave of relief came to me upon seeing our friends running over to us. I let out a big sigh. I'd helped lift Yamazaki since he passed out, and hope flickered in my heart. Oh, final chapter. I recalled the fall of the magistrate, our escape from the Satsuma, and our fight with the demon. After a long wait, we'd reached Osaka Castle. Unfortunately, we were welcomed with news that I would have deemed impossible days ago. Lord Yoshinobu had fled the war for Edo. When word got to Hijikata, he went berserk. In fact, he became almost inconsolable. None of the warriors that was left of those who were able to retreat to Osaka Castle made any attempts to stop Hijikata from his tirades either. I mean, I couldn't really blame Hijikata. The Supreme Commander was arguably the most important man in the shogunate army, and he'd given up. Considering that many men desperately fought his war for him, and he'd run off, it must have left a bitter taste in their mouths. The Shinsengumi, too, suffered a great loss in the death of Inoue, so the anxiety amongst our ranks was heavy. Regardless, the fleeing of Lord Yoshinobu was inexcusable to the men at the castle. Seeing Hijikata's pride and determination on the battlefield was proof that strong leadership was crucial to the success of their army. Lord Yoshinobu, however, showed no such pride. When the warriors discovered the loss of faith from their leader, dejection pervaded what had remained of this failed campaign. So, the Shinsengumi and what was left of the shogunate army prepared to leave for Edo. The ship rose and fell atop the gentle rhythm of the ocean's waves. I sat beside Yamazaki, who slept soundly in his cabin aboard the ship headed for Edo. Oh. Yamazaki. He might have pushed himself too far in his fight against Kazuma. Ever since that day, Yamazaki had been unconscious. I held his hand tightly, and even though he was asleep, I was rewarded with his warmth. Yamazaki's steady pulse gave me hope, and I closed my eyes to pray for his well-being. Some time had passed since leaving Osaka. If I were to see the view from the deck, I don't think I'd see Osaka or Kyoto anymore. Wow, 4 years have passed so quickly. It was funny to think how much had changed since I'd first arrived to Kyoto. I'd arrived with the intent of finding my father, and by chance I was captured by the Shinsengumi. Afterwards, I'd become acquainted with Yamazaki, who served as my guard. His watch became even more frequent when we discovered Kazuma and his demon cohorts plotted to kidnap me. Thinking back on it, the person I remembered protecting me all this time was Yamazaki. Even during the war, Yamazaki had given everything to watch out for me, even willing to throw his body away. I gripped his hand tightly again. Emotions I'd kept secret for so long began to bubble to the surface. What if Yamazaki never wakes up?
大丈夫だ。
His warm hands moved to stroke my hair softly. Oh, Yamazaki! My head shut up instantly. Oh, Yamazaki! You're awake!
ああ。随分と長い間眠っていたようだ。
You think? Yamazaki lifted his head tenderly, glancing around the room.
ここは大阪城ではないのか？
Oh, you see...
そうか。俺が寝ている間にそんなことになっていたんだな。
After I explained all that had happened to Yamazaki, he let out a big sigh. Then he tightened and loosened his hand into a fist repeatedly. So, how do you feel?
それが自分でも驚くぐらい好調だ。撃たれたところも治っているし、妙に体には力が溢れている。これが羅刹の体か。
Yamazaki's eyes thinned after he thought about what he'd said, and I thought about saying nothing. But I couldn't keep my thoughts to myself, and I asked him a question timidly. Yamazaki? Do you regret drinking the water of life?
その問いに答える前に一つ答えてほしい。君は俺が落ち水を飲むとき止めようとしなかった。君の性格なら止めそうなものなのに、それはどうしてだ？
He stared at me intently, and I sighed. So I quietly told him how I felt. How could I have stopped you? I could see what was going through your mind when you drank it. Besides, when you drank the water of life, a thought came to me.
決意？
Yes. I thought to myself that if someone were to become a fury out of the desire to protect the Shinsengumi and give up a world with light, then I would stand beside them. No matter how dark your world may be, I'll be right beside you. Oh, look at him blush. He's the cutest. Yamazaki was at a loss for words. Instead of turning to hide the blush in his cheeks, for a while his mouth was agape, opening and closing. Yamazaki turned away and muttered,
君は卑怯だ。
Excuse me?
なんでもない。それより最初の質問だ。落ち水を飲んだことを後悔しているかという話だが。
Yamazaki laughed quietly, and he looked directly into my eyes.
もう君の言葉で後悔はなくなった。
What does that mean?
つまりはそういうことだ。
Yamazaki softly took my hand. He gazed at it, perhaps soaking in the moment.
たとえ行く先が闇の中でも君と一緒なら。
Aww. January 1868. The Battle of Toba Fushimi ended with the Satsuma and Chosu victorious. As the shogunate troops retreated, the Shinsengumi headed towards Edo. 4 years ago, I came to Kyoto all by myself in search for my father and met the Shinsengumi. I am going to leave the city of Kyoto, where I made fond memories with the Shinsengumi. He sacrificed his body in order to protect me, gaining strength against those who threatened us. And I have chosen to walk alongside him. We are going to head to Edo, without knowing what fate awaits us. The end. Yamazaki's route cleared. Nihogo Ninja Warrior. Alright, well, that was Yamazaki's ending. Well, his good ending anyways. You know, I liked his route a lot better than I thought I was going to. Honestly, I wasn't like I really wanted to give him like a good chance at an ending or something, because he died in Sanen's route, so I wanted to see him survive, and I wanted that for him, and I'm glad that I did, because I ended up really liking him in the end. I was just doing it because I wanted him to survive, but I didn't think I was going to get much out of it, but honestly, I got a lot more out of it than I thought. It took a while to ramp up to the good stuff, but it's nice learning more about his character, because you don't really get to know a whole lot about him, at least in Sanen's route. I don't know about other routes, so I'm really happy. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and next episode should have his other ending, maybe both of them. We'll see. But that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.